Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be taking the 2022 Hyundai Sonata on a POV test drive. This one is the SEL Plus, and honestly this SEL Plus looks amazing. It does have the 1.6 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and it is finished in Phantom Black, and I think this color looks very good on this SEL Plus. But let's go ahead and take this 2022 on a test drive and see how it does. Alright, this is the interior of this 2022 Sonata. Yes, this is the 2022, and I'll be doing a full review of this 2022 Sonata SEL Plus. And for now, let's go ahead and take this Sonata on a test drive and see how it does. Alright, so driving this 2022 Sonata SEL Plus drives nice and smooth, and this 1.6 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine actually has a really nice sound. It doesn't sound like a 4-cylinder, it sounds more like almost a V6, but not really a V6. Let's go ahead and take this SEL on the highway and see how it does. I'm going to go ahead and put it in sport mode. Go. And definitely this thing handles very good. The steering wheel is a little bit on the lighter side in sport mode, but it's not too bad. Alright, so under the hood, there's going to be a 1.6 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that is connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And this 8-speed automatic transmission is actually nice and responsive. This engine produces 180 horses and 195 pound-feet of torque, and definitely nice and responsive. And this Sonata feels very, very light. For 2022, nothing was changed. Basically, it's just a carryover, and everything is the same inside and out, but definitely very good car. There is a good amount of wind noise when this Sonata reaches higher speeds, maybe around like 75 to 80 miles per hour. It does, I could hear a good amount of wind noise in this cabin, but other than that, everything is very nice and quiet. Those 19-inch rims are beautiful, and they're actually very quiet, so I'm not really hearing a lot in person. I'm not sure how my camera is actually picking up the tire road noise and the wind noise, but definitely nice and quiet, except for the wind noise when reaching 80 miles per hour. It does shift all the way down to the first gear. Brakes feel very nice and touchy, and overall I seriously love the way how this Sonata looks like from the inside. I love the seats. the seats are wrapped in leather, and the center portion is going to be Alcantara, nice and grippy, and they definitely hug you in place when cornering. And seriously, such a beautiful cabin. It does have an engine start stop. Climate controls are very easy to use. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless phone charger, 2 USBs, 112 volt. Here is the shift by wire, Hyundai shift by wire. Basically it's just a button shifter, and as I said, it is an 8-speed automatic transmission. And the dash, the doors, and the steering wheel, they're finished in gray. So such a beautiful, comfortable sedan. Handles very good, has a good amount of power, and it does do the job. So merging on the highway, passing someone, it's not too bad. And definitely with this Sonata, you could hear the turbo, which is very cool. As I said, guys, this thing handles very good, feels nice and light. And as I said, it does go down to the first gear. So the traction control light came on. I think the right tire was spinning a little bit. Yep, definitely this thing moves. And that was the blind spot monitoring system. And by the way, this Sonata has all the nice safety features. It does have the adaptive cruise control. It does have the steering assist, lane keep assist, and emergency braking. And the adaptive cruise control is actually currently active, and it's going to keep some distance between me and the car in front of me, and it will come to a complete stop when the car in front of me comes to a complete stop, or when the car in front of me slows down. But seriously, guys, such a beautiful, comfortable, quiet cabin. I would rate the cabin noise from 1 to 10. I would say the cabin noise is about maybe 6, 7. So 10 would be really bad, 1 would be really good. So I think it's around 7. So doing 60 miles per hour, it's very nice and quiet in here. I could hear a little bit of the cars are passing by, even though this Sonata has double pane glass, basically 2 glass glued together. But road noise is good, wind noise is good around 60-65 miles per hour. And seriously, guys, such a beautiful, comfortable sedan. And it does give you a warning every maybe 10 to 15 seconds saying that you have to touch the steering wheel, so the car knows that you're actually paying attention. As I said, guys, definitely this 1.6 sounds good. There's definitely some noise that is coming from the speakers, some fake noise, but yeah, definitely feels very nice, and it doesn't feel like a 4-cylinder engine. Let's go ahead and do an acceleration right here. Traction control is off, sport mode, and let's see how this Sonata does on this turn. Definitely a good amount of wheel spin, and I believe that wheel was spinning a lot. This is expected from a turbocharged engine. There's going to be a ton of spinning because of the torque being too low, and it being front wheel drive, of course the front wheels are going to spin, but very nice and responsive off the line from a dead stop. Super responsive. Climate controls are super easy to use. It does have a wireless phone charger, as I said, 2 USBs, 112 volt, and this whole screen right here is I believe it's a 12.3 inch screen, and I believe this one is 12.3 if I'm not mistaken. It looks amazing. Let's go ahead and see the backup camera. Backup camera is okay, not the best resolution, and for 32,000 I think that Hyundai should have made the backup camera resolution a little bit better, but it is nice and wide though. By the way, this screen is actually 10.25 inch. This one is 12.3. Yep, definitely this thing moves. Driving in the city, you could definitely feel the power of this Sonata, but on the highway, it doesn't feel as quick. If you guys are curious about the MPGs are 27 in the city, 37 highway, and 31 combined. Very impressive numbers, and yeah, I think Hyundai did such a great job with the Sonata. It's very nice and solid, feels well put together. Fan finish is good, and of course you have the 10-year warranty from Hyundai on the powertrain. It does have Bose sound system, and even in comfort mode this thing actually sounds really good. So as I said, the engine has a really nice deep sound. Suspension setup is very good, very nice and comfortable on roads like this, and when taking corners this thing is very nice and flat, and it does handle very good, but I really wish that the steering wheel was a little bit heavy. It doesn't get as heavy as I want it in sport mode, but as I said, the seats are beautiful. A ton of red stitching. There is a lot of red stitching right here on the inner portion of the steering wheel. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick acceleration right here. It is in sport mode. I'm going to go ahead and leave the traction control on, so I'm not going to turn off the traction control, and we're going to go ahead and brake boost it. Yep, definitely nothing crazy. And Hyundai traction control system is very aggressive, so it does cut a lot of power. So when the wheels start spinning, it does cut the power from the engine. So for that, it kind of like slows down and then it goes. Not a big fan of their traction control. It's very aggressive, and overall I'm not a big fan of it. But yeah, as I said, nothing crazy, but definitely it does get up to speed. So a good 1.6 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and as I said, it is nice and responsive. So as I said, engine is great, does have a good amount of horsepower and torque, and suspension is beautiful, very nice and comfortable, and at the same time this Sonata SEL Plus handles very good, and overall it's such a beautiful car. 32,000, I think you are getting a good amount of things. Beautiful massive screens, great safety tech, and so many things. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2022 Hyundai Sonata SEL Plus. I would like to thank Key Hyundai here in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this 2022 Sonata. If you guys are around, make sure to come check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put the information and link at the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.